Okay, and we are back with another stream of Geek Night, okay? And this time we're talking about Recreators, okay? Recreators is an anime that I would say recently. Well, for me, I would say it's recently, but it's not that old. Okay? Recreate Recreators is actually aired on uh in 2017. Okay, so you might say it's not that you might say that it's not that new, it's not that old. Okay, either way, it's in that between that in recent years. Okay, so the thing about Recreators is that um it stood out from from other animes, okay? Because of, well, later on we're gonna talk about it, okay? So the premise of Recreators is that it's the concept is what would happen if your favorite anime character come to life, okay? So of course you okay of course, for example, you have your favorite anime character. So for example, like for example, the police, shows or whatever, okay? Or, a murder mystery, your shoujo, your isekai kind of themes. Okay, what happens if we can bring them back to life? Okay, we can bring them to our real world. Okay, so okay, not only one, but multiple of them, okay, from different genres. Like I said, it's not from the police, from the murder mystery, all of them come to life. Okay, what would happen? Okay, and this is the premise of the world of Recreators. Okay, so and the thing is, it's not like they magically appeared. Okay, well, it is magical in the sense that how could how else could they bring back how else could they bring them to life? Okay, so the mm, okay, they are all brought to life by this mysterious girl. Okay, who is wearing a military clothing. Okay, so like you can imagine a military uniform. Okay, she's been going through different worlds and pulling them out of their world. So for example, from the anime world, bring them to their real life. Okay, and then bringing them into the real life, and we don't know who is she. Okay, we don't know her name, we don't know where she's from whatsoever. Okay, how does she have that power? Okay, now with that with that said, okay, um this this mysterious girl, she plays a big, well, in a sense that you can say that she is the main character at the point of interest, but we are not looking at it from her we're not looking from her perspective. Okay, we're looking at it from the perspective of this boy here. Okay, who is a regular teenage boy. Okay, but you're looking from his eyes, but he doesn't have any superpower whatsoever. Okay, now the plot of Recreators is that the mystery girls I was talking about. Okay, she's been pulling people, characters from different works. Okay, and into the real world. Well, they are real. Okay, so the thing is that from different popular works. Okay, so it doesn't only mean by anime. Okay, so of course, so in anime, okay, uh, uh, they okay, in anime they don't only exist in anime. Okay, so for example, you take for example Bleach. For example, if you take Bleach, okay, Bleach is already from a manga. Okay, so Bleach, so you take from the anime, but actually not only limited to anime, but also can be taken from mangas. Okay, also you can take from live drama, but I don't think that they consider it as canon. Okay, but maybe for example, maybe a light novel. Okay, or another game. So those kind of things. Okay, like I say, it's not limited to only not limited only to animes. Okay, from different works. Okay, different mediums. Okay, now in the earlier part of the anime, it is about how the characters they bring when they are brought to reality, and they have to face the truth about their world. So think about it, okay? You know, imagine, put yourself in their shoes. So let's say, like, you have a terrible life, okay, and things never seems to get better, and then suddenly pulled you're pulled into another world, and then found out, hey, this person is the one who make your life a living hell. Okay, so like for example, you got, okay, you have terrible grades, you have maybe for example, let's say for example, uh your parents died in an accident, all of those things. If that really happens to you, okay, and you were brought into real life and you met with the guy, you found that this happened is because this guy, he wrote a story about that, and you are just living in that story. How would you feel? Okay, so it's about the characters slowly, they have to come into grips. Okay, so in other words, there's like a philosophical moment where they have to, like, grasp with the reality that all the things that they live, the things that they feel, everything, it's all under a scheme of a higher being, okay, or an unknown entity. Okay. Oh yeah, before that, I want to check my volume. I want to see whether it's on or not. Okay, or an unknown entity. Okay, it seems that it is on. Okay. And then, okay, and then the thing is that since people are also and since the people there, okay, they have to deal with it. Some will be like, okay, we are going with some of them might take it as they can use the person who write their story as their god, and they want them to change it to make the world better. Some will be like, as long as you make things interesting, I don't mind. Some of them, just accept the world as it is, okay? Because if you disturb him, okay, if you disturb their creators, then if you disturb their creators, then in other words, that at the end you are not going to be who you are, because you are who you are because the character, without any you know any influence from you to decide your own future. So they have to grapple with that. Okay, some of them, you can really see that their stance, their beliefs are being challenged here. Okay, so you know think about it. If we could ever meet God, will we ever feel that is that if God just doing this for his own pleasure? You start to have you start to think about the same thing as these characters feel. Okay, now later on, okay, after they deal with the internal conflicts, okay, then they can move on to the next stage, which is stopping her plans. I'm not telling you what she's going to do. Okay, I'm just like basically this is like until episode 5, 6, 7, 8, around that level. Okay, yeah. Okay, and the anime have around 20 plus episodes, 22 if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Now, the reason for you to watch this anime, okay, is a highly underrated anime. Okay, is that it is an interesting concept. Okay, so the closest that comes to this is probably Fate series, Fate Stay Night. Okay, is where they are fighting for the Holy Grail. Okay, but they took heroes, and this one they took anime characters instead. Okay, so yeah, it is in a sense interesting concept. Okay, the idea, but okay, what's make it more interesting is that without a doubt they have fighting scenes. Okay, it's not like like cheap cheap scenes. Okay, you can really see that they put effort in it. Okay, and also they have deep philosophical moments, like just now I said, philosophical moments, like for example, like they are dealing with their internal struggle to whether to accept the world that they have, or um the world that they have, or with the fact that they want to change it. Okay, they want to change it for the better, or they're just gonna leave it be. So those kind of philosophical moments are there, okay? And it's not only related to that, okay? We'll find out later on, okay? And the story is well paced, 2 seasons, okay? Now, if you ask me, almost all animes, they deserve 2 seasons. Almost all anime, okay? Because you know the biggest letdown, okay, in recent anime history for me is without a doubt Tatoeba something something dungeon, okay. I forgot the full name, okay, because Japanese titles are freaking long, okay. So the the Tatoeba the Tatoe dungeon something something, that anime is such a letdown, okay. I'm telling you this because I've read the anime when I read the manga. When I read the manga, I was so touched, okay? And actually, to tell the truth, I was a big fan of the Belt Princess, okay? So most of you, you watch the Belt Princess, um you might not feel much, okay? But in the manga, okay, is that when that night when she met the protagonist, okay, she was at the verge of tears, but in it is they use one full page to draw one scene, okay, and then and then they build up to it like a couple of pages, okay, a full. So you can see that the author of the mangaka really want to portray that, okay, but in the anime it's like that whole scene, okay, that whole scene is less than a minute. Okay, if I was the director, I would have make it like, you know, if you're not going to dedicate so much time, dedicate, like for example, like the BG, like the background music, whatsoever. Okay, try to build it up like with the camera angle, etc. But since that scene is like totally like whether you can be whether it is needed or not. They treat it like it's not mandatory, but for her character development, that is very important. Okay, and when I saw that part, I already know. Okay, the anime is gonna be terrible. Okay, and I forced myself to watch a couple more episodes, but I couldn't. Okay, because why? They have to fit it into one season. Okay, and you know, they basically take an express train and ram through all the storyline in the in the manga in a few episodes, okay. So for example, like the first, I want to say it's an arc, okay, but you can call it arc because if I'm not mistaken, like the that manga, okay, that manga is like monthly, okay, if I'm not mistaken, that manga is monthly, so like it's more meaty, okay, that like they have like, okay, let me double check, okay, manga Tatoeba Last Dungeon, okay, manga Tatoeba Last Dungeon. I just want to check how much how many pages do we have, okay. uh it's not coming up. Give me a second, okay? Tatoeba Lost in. I just want to see how many. I just want to see how many pages in the chapter. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. So I'm looking at it now. Around 40 pages. 40 chapters. Okay. At 40 pages. That one chapter is around 40 pages. It can easily goes for one whole episode, okay. So, and can you imagine, like, for the first 4, 5, 6 chapters, something like that, okay, the first part of it, okay, it's basically squeezed down to 2 or 3 episodes, okay. And that itself shows me that maybe it's not the fault of the director, but the higher up, they say, okay, we need you to direct this one and in one season, and you have to finish until here. At that point, I don't think it could the director have much control over that. But still, you know an anime, they only have one season, okay, and and they're trying to do this, you're actually ruining the manga's reputation as well, which is why I kind of hate it. Okay. Mm. Now, okay, like I say, also most anime should have 2 seasons. Okay, because there's not enough time to develop the other one. Okay. Now the next reason is for you to watch this anime is because Sawano Hiroyuki is the music director. Okay. I don't think that that's his official title or whatever in the anime series, but he's working as that. Yeah, because if you don't know Sawano Hiroyuki, the most popular one that basically skyrocketed him to fame is because of Attack on Titan. Okay, Attack on Titan season 1. Okay, I don't know what happens in 2. Okay, but the reason why season 1 is so famous. Okay, if I'm not, season 1 is 24 episodes. Okay, and Sawano Hiroyuki is basically the guy who's in charge of the music, the OST, the background, and everything. And the reason why it's so cool is that he arranged a couple of like, I wouldn't say song, I would say the music. So uh for for example, I'm Crying for Your Lover. That one, okay, if I'm not, is heavily Sawano Hiroyuki's work. Okay, and he also collabed with another one, with another singer, which her name is Amy Backstring or something like that. Okay, and their music is amazing. Okay, there's no other word. Okay, and I myself, who normally don't pay attention much to this music and stuff. Okay, but even I, who's not interested that much into it, even I know that Sawano Hiroyuki is that talented, and that's the level of Sawano Hiroyuki's ability, to a point that he made a regular guy like me to be able to appreciate the music. Okay, it is a huge difference if he's not around. Okay, that just watching anime for his hand in the anime series, it's more than enough for a reason for us to watch it. Okay, now, and especially since this is two seasons. Okay, you can see that his hands are there. Okay, he may not be the main behind that music or something, but he have a hand in it. Okay. Now, also another thing is that you should watch is that there's a couple of emotional moments. Okay, because without a doubt, this relates to the philosophical moments just now. Okay, is that after thinking deep down, and then you have the emotional moment, but still, there are some that you didn't expect to have this kind of moments watching, like, as you can see in the picture here, is that they are fighting, and then through at the same moment when they're fighting, you didn't expect to have like emotional moment or a philosophical moment there. Okay, that's what, like, set it aside. Okay, now, normally, you say, hey, what about this Naruto times also, like, uh they have when they're down, they start to have this emotional moment, but it's not relating to battle. That's what I'm trying to differentiate. Okay, even though they are battling, but in between, you can have that scene as well. Okay, now, next reason, okay, next thing I want to talk about is that this is an original anime. Okay, this is an original anime, in a sense that, what I mean by original anime is that it doesn't have, it is not adapted from another medium. Okay, so, like, for example, manga, light novel, or whatsoever. Okay, so in other words, it's a standalone. If I'm not wrong, they have a manga. The manga ran alongside the anime as well. So you can't say that the manga is the adaptation. Okay, or vice versa or something like that. But still, you can say that manga is the base, because um, anime will go on faster, and manga tend up to be a bit slower. So that's why you can say that anime is the real base. Okay, now, the reason why this is so rare is that normally animes, they they would like to have a source for them to refer to. Okay, because making a manga, uh I don't want to bring down the manga, because I'm saying that um the scale is different. Okay, for a mangaka, okay, like they are more publishers of mangas than they are publishers of anime. So if you want to publish your anime in in Japan, okay, you will have to go through the TV, uh the TV side. Okay, so the TV side, okay, and they they are limited because there's 24 hours. So you know minus the news program, minus this, minus that, you have a limited time for you to air your product. Okay, okay, and that also, of course, you are limited to limited and restricted to many things. Okay, so that's why it is more costly to make an anime compared to a manga. Okay, and so that's why if they want to make an anime, they will want to know that it's going to be a success. They don't want to gamble on it. Okay, in the past, okay, like I would say, until the mid 2000 or 2000, something like that. Okay, so until that point, there are from time to time original anime that was released. But since since there are more animes, there are more companies, more studios that makes anime. The fight to get the time slot and stuff is also getting harder. Okay, and in a sense, now they are only feel like they want uh in a sense they want a sure way to get at least their money back. Okay, now, so since this is an original anime, okay, you can feel one thing, that the staff put their effort into it. Okay, and because like I said just now, compared to the last dungeon, okay, because they have to fit into that to the dateline and to up to this point. Okay, they have to like squeeze a lot. Okay, and of course they put an effort to animating it, but okay, if you compare it to this anime, okay, whether they allow the characters to expand themselves, whether develop all of this. Okay, and if they don't put in the effort, without a doubt, this anime would not even be worth talking about. And the reason I'm talking about this is because it goes way above the expectation of the of a standard anime. Okay, now, okay, like just now I say, they are probably feel the pressure to succeed, because if you some anime studios, if you make a big flop, you might go under. Okay, because think about it. Okay, if you flop, you still need to pay your workers, your animators, your your uh your PR stuff, okay, management stuff. Okay, so a lot of things. Okay, so they are definitely in a lot of pressure. Okay, that's why in a sense, the last point is why we don't have much original anime. Okay, but when we have an original anime like this, we should really appreciate it. Okay, I do know that there are, okay, you see, mangas and light novels are normally where they take their adaptation from, but okay, they will say like, what about Digimon? What about Pokemon? They don't have those are just game. But the thing is, at least Pokemon or Digimon, they have Pokemon or Digimon, they have their base fan. Okay, whether they like it or not. Okay, at least the anime is going to be watched, and there are still some people going to buy their Blu-rays and stuff. Okay, so in other words, they have their own base of fans. Okay, so even if the anime is not doing as expected, they're still going to recoup a part of their losses But if you make an original anime that have no fan base, no nothing, and then that the whole and it's not well received, your money is gone. So this is why not much original anime is being released, which is pretty sad. But in a sense that who's gonna watch an anime that is not interesting, that the people don't put effort into it. Okay, now my thoughts on the anime series, okay, is that okay, this is going to be spoiler territory. Okay, now this picture that you see in front of you is that they've taken it's not taken, it's like the main character. Just now I told you that the boy, he draw this, okay, and these are all the anime that they are on their side, okay, fighting against the mysterious girl, okay. So that spoiled a lot actually. Dang it. Ow. Shit. Oh well, you heard it. But even if you heard it, like you know, it's like even if you heard it, you still want to know how it happened. Okay, it's like a punch is coming, but you can't stop it. Think about it like that. Okay, even though you got spoiled just now, it's so fun to see that some of them, they are not from animes or mangas. Okay, she's a real minor character. I can just show you. Okay, spoiler. She's not from. Okay, why can't I pull it? Why can't I pull it? Okay, she is not from a anime or manga. She's from an aero game. Okay, she's from an aero game. Okay, and so she's from an aero game. That's why like it's so. That's why that's why I say that it's only not from anime or manga. Okay, because aero game, they also influential some of it. Okay, the thing is that how they can materialize is that if people accepted their story or not. Okay, now back to the thing I want to say is that I think that they might be they leave some room for a second season, like, well, a recreators too, easy to say, because most of the characters, they went back to their world. Okay, so anyway, they went back to their anime world, went back to their manga world, they went back to this and that. Okay, so now is that there's a couple of characters that actually were left behind. Okay, and when they were left behind, okay, even though that they could not use their powers or something like that, okay, but still, in other words, they are leaving the door open. Okay, in the future, if like something that caused the mysterious military girl to have that power, maybe they like because of that how should I say, because of the mysterious girl, interact with something, and it brought something more evil come to life. Maybe there's a character that the mysterious girl did not show. It doesn't appear on screen. Maybe we don't know. Okay, so there is a loophole for them to bring to actually bring the second season of recreators to for us to extend the lore or something like that. Okay, yeah, so I kind of since I'm a fan of it, I do want to watch it, and I do hope that if they ever make a second season, that they're going to keep up with the quality. Okay, I do hope. Okay, and even if they didn't have it, okay, but like a smaller scale, maybe just one season this time. Okay, and like they have one season this time, and maybe they're going to continue it the second season of that in for example, if they did in spring, maybe they skip autumn, they're going to wear it in winter. I don't mind that. Okay, because they've also this original anime, like I say, is expensive. Okay, and it's very risky. But since they already established the one, going for two is not that hard. Okay, but I also understand that they need the people to think about the plot line and stuff. Okay, I can wait. Okay, but I do wish that I can have one. Okay, of the second season, which is very like maybe in the future that the second season like all of them are brought back together and then like, hey, you introduced coffee into my world, and then like, well, if why are you talking about coffee? If you watch the anime, you will know why. Okay? And I really am looking forward to. Okay? Yeah. So other than that, is that I do wish that there's more. People when people see uh recreators, okay, I studios hopefully, I hope that they will have like, hey, maybe we should come up with our own original anime, because think about it, okay, if you do, yeah, of course, making original anime, there's a lot of risk, but there's also like high risk, high return, because you are only animating, you're only making it based on this. So basically, there's a cut of it you need to give to the mangaka and stuff. Okay, but that is like for safety, because you're actually borrowing their fan base. Okay, but if they make an anime, okay, most of them, they are just going to be shared. Most of the profits are going to be shared around the staff that make it. So I hope that the people who in the studios can actually see like, hey, there is a worthy idea to put their money in, get to put their bet in. But maybe I hope that this, like I say in a previous Geek Night stream, is that I hope that the biggest reason and the biggest reason why it's so expensive is because of the TV, the Japan thing that anime should only be on TV. If they actually like move on to Netflix for like the original anime, I think it will also benefit not only the company but the community as a whole, because we get more. And if let's say um because anime, they have to make it, they have to release an anime every single week. Okay, now there's also monthly anime, but forget about that. So think about it, if it's a weekly anime, okay, so like maybe they take like around 1.5 week to make an episode. Okay, of course they are going to start a bit earlier. They're not going to start drawing, okay, and voice acting at that week. Okay, maybe like 2-3 weeks ago they already record everything, they draw on everything. Okay, so let's say they start a new season. Okay, season of this, let's just name it anime A. Okay, and the first season people have high hopes for it. Okay, and but by the second or third episode, because of some development that the community hates, and and you can see that afterwards. Okay, like by episode 5, episode 6, people are giving up on it. Okay, so when that happens, okay, if the studio decided to drop it, okay, like by episode 7, by episode 8, I think the people won't, uh, you know, anime fans won't be that mad, because we are getting it, okay, we're getting it, but at the same time, okay, it also allows the studio to express themselves. But of course, studios want their work to be well appreciated, well valued. So of course they'll put effort into that. Okay, so yeah, if you move it to like something like a Netflix, where it's more flexible, because people can watch it anytime you want. Okay, but of course, anytime you want that. And you're not only depending on Japanese viewers, to buy the Blu-rays and stuff. Okay, and the Blu-rays, anime goodies. Okay, you can rely on the global public to actually like in a sense fund you. Okay, so like think about it. They can also use that idea of anime goodies and stuff. So think about it. Um, like the anime A just now, if it's worked well, okay, and people like it so much, okay, they can have like merch store, okay, anime goodies, okay, anime goodies, and then they can ship it all over the world. And in a sense, okay, well, the shipping part is where the shipping part they don't need to worry much about it because of course the buyer side is going to the buyer side is going to be the one who pay for the bills. Okay, so in a sense, they can still do their they can still monetize their anime by that. Okay, but maybe Blu-ray version, like I don't think Blu-ray version is going to be a way of the future because Blu-rays, in a sense, they're still data. They can still be copied. Okay, so uh, that aside, it's not a way to go to the future. But one thing that I'm scared with all the news that are going around recently, I just hope they don't turn if they decide to like take this like move anime onto streaming platforms. I just hope one thing, they don't turn it into an NFTs. Okay, if they do that, I can I can just see how terrible it's gonna go on from now on because we can see that a couple of game companies, okay, even in Japan, they are like trying to milk out the NFTs. Okay, and people are starting to voice out their opinion, and even they feel like, oh, we should not do this anymore. Okay. Mm. So yeah. Now, okay. So yesterday I did say about I'm gonna take a day off tomorrow. But the thing is that after I think about it, okay, um, basically, World of Final Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy is gonna be in by Friday. Okay, I put it on Monday in case. I haven't finished it. Okay, so tomorrow I want to play World of Final Fantasy, and then like we fight right until the final boss. Okay, right until the final boss, and right until the final boss. Then I'm gonna take a day off on Thursday and like maybe leveling a bit so that to make on Friday the battle against the final boss easier. And I also want to I don't want to just end it there. Okay, I want to there's a new game plus, or in this case they call it the postscript. Okay, so maybe I can play a bit on postscript because there are some that there's some mirage that are only unlocked in the postscript. So for example, think about it. Yesterday we were trying to chase chivalry, right? The female Shiva. I mean the male Shiva. The problem is that it's only unlocked in postscript. So maybe I can do a little bit then. Okay. If my plan is Friday to finish all of it. Okay. If not, Monday will be the last one. Okay. Now, if I did manage to finish it, if I did manage to finish it on Friday, then on Monday I'll play Dust to the End. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, so tomorrow World of Final Fantasy. Thursday I'm gonna have a day off, and like maybe I'm going to level up my characters. Okay, my mirages, and I'm gonna play World of Fun. Hopefully finish it here. This one I'll play a new game. Okay, that's what I'm hoping for. Mm. Yeah, and 8 p.m. Okay, Saturday. Wait, is it 8 p.m.? Oh, no, it's not 8 p.m. It's actually 9. Sorry about that. Give me a second. Let me correct it. Give me a second. Actually, it's actually 9. Okay. If like this. If like this. Give me a second. I forgot to change this part. Hmm. I forgot to change this part. Hmm. Okay, so yeah, I changed it. Okay, so on Saturday for 2 hours, I'm gonna teach Lucha, which is another Japanese VTuber. Okay, for around 2 hours, and midnight. So basically it's Sunday. I'm gonna play Love Holic. Okay, so basically after that, I finish at 11, and then by midnight should be around here. Okay, I'll be playing Love Holic. Okay, for an hour or two, just like last week. Okay, so that's my plan for the week. Okay, uh, and that's it. Okay, if you like Geek Night, you can subscribe to the channel. Okay, you can like and share the videos, comment on the videos. Okay, and if you enjoy what I'm doing, maybe you can join my other stream as well. And okay, I'm streaming visual novel translation for Novel Night every Saturday and Sunday. Okay, and if you have anything you think I can improve on, comment down below. Okay, with that said, okay, that's all for today for Geek Night. And oh yeah, I forgot to say, next week I'm doing Sayuki. Okay, Sayuki not only as Sayuki this season, but for but the whole series as a whole. Okay, not only for this current season. Okay, because Sayuki is quite an old anime already. Okay, yeah. With that said, that's all for today. Next week we're gonna do Sayuki. Or if you wanna watch me tomorrow for World of Fantasy, you can join me anytime. Okay? That's it. Bye bye.